Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. We're going to go for a wild card option today, hitting in the 9-hole, DHing. Yeah, it's Kevin Alcantara. Let's roll the dice with Alcantara today. As we take a look around baseball, the National League Central, the Pirates with a 6-2 lead over the Brewers one day after they swept them in a doubleheader. Paul Skeens for Pittsburgh. Jacob Wizarowski was supposed to start for Milwaukee today, scratched with arm fatigue. The Cardinals hosting the Braves later this afternoon at Busch Stadium. Our pitching matchup sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Matthew Boyd with a 4-1 record battles Andrew Abbott for the Reds, 5-5, 3.92 ERA. It's time for baseball. The Cubs battle the Reds. Pat Hughes and Zach Zaidman have the call next on The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
We all do it. You have a night for yourself but don't like the sound of the silence, so you turn on the TV just for the ambience. It's a little trick that helps you feel like you've got company and aren't alone. And other insurers, well, they may make you feel alone. But when you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. And let's turn on the washing machine, just for good measure. Oh, isn't that soothing?
It feels good to have support. It feels good to Geico.
Summer is here, and if your AC can't keep up with the heat, now is the perfect time to upgrade. Four Seasons is having their summer savings event. 72 months interest-free financing with up to $4,000 in rebates, plus same-day installation with no extra charge. They'll beat any competitor's offer by $1,000 guaranteed. For all your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, you know who to call.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Southwest Airlines is the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. And you can bet your sweet Cubbies we fly to their away games. Hint, hint.
Hey, Cubs fans, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer here. This Cubs season, listen to the Cubs in crystal clear FM quality on 104.3 The Score.
It's got a chance! Gone! Pete Crow Armstrong with a long home run.
Imagine listening to all the action on FM. Cubs baseball has never sounded this good. Listen to every game on your home of the Cubs. 104.3 The Score.
Presented by the official sports book of The Score. Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fee.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
And now, Odyssey and 104.3 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Gone! 3-run homer, Ian Happ. Swinging a line drive base hit. He has done it. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle. Which drives one in the air. This ball's got a chance. Gone! You came in for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Sea Glass Wine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. It's time for the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with Zach Zaidman pinch hitting for Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It's an overcast, warm summer day. Temperature in the low 80s. We had a brief rain shower sweep through the area within the last 15 or 20 minutes, but it has stopped. From all appearances, the game is going to get started right on time. Left-handers will start for their respective teams today. Matthew Boyd going for the Cubs. He is 4-1. Andrew Abbott, 5-5 starting for Cincinnati. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for today's game, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off for the Cubs today and playing in center field, Pete Crow Armstrong, Seiya Suzuki in right, Alex Bregman batting third and playing third, Carson Kelly catching, Michael Bush, the number 5 hitter, Bush at first base, Nico Horner at second base. Batting seventh in left field is Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson at shortstop, and batting ninth, the designated hitter, Kevin Alcantara. Those are the Cubs. Here are the Reds. It'll be Ellie De La Cruz leading off at short, Sal Stewart at first base. The number 3 batter is Spencer Steer. He plays center field. The left fielder batting cleanup, J.J. Bleday. Eugenio Suarez, the designated hitter. Tyler Stevenson batting sixth and playing behind the plate doing the catching. Noelvi Marte in right. Edwin Arroyo at second base. And batting ninth and playing third base for Cincinnati, Key Brian Hayes. So there you have the lineups. The game time temperature 81. The umpires are still at the home plate area. They've had the exchange of lineup cards and a brief discussion of the ground rules. Game time temperature of 81, sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Cubs occupy the third base dugout here in Cincinnati, wearing their gray shirts, gray trousers, red numbers on the Cubs' backs, blue hats, helmets, sleeves, and socks, and a variety of shoe colors. The Reds in their home uniforms today, they've got white pants, red shirts, red hats, and red shoes and socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. We are ready to go. The Cubs and the Reds back to get it started right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Alex Bregman. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans! When the game ends, the music starts in New Lenox. The New Lenox Summer Concert Series brings world-class live music to the New Lenox Village Commons. The lineup includes Men at Work and Toad the Wet Sprocket, Big and Rich, Andy Grammer, Blue Oyster Cult, and Roger Daughtry. Affordable tickets, free parking, close to home. Fun for the whole family. Get tickets now at newlenox.net/concerts.
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a flight by Yingling. At just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor. Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Pat, the Cubs are looking to enter the All-Star break by taking their series here in Cincinnati. And if they do so, the Cubs will finish the first half of the season 12 games above 500. Quite a feat when you consider all the injuries that the Cubs have had to navigate through this first half of the year.
Absolutely, Zach. And another game over in Pittsburgh. We're keeping close tabs on Milwaukee at Pittsburgh. The Pirates sweeping a doubleheader yesterday, and Pittsburgh leading the final game of that series today. Yesterday, a very big day for the Cubs, picking up a game and a half in the standings, and now 6 behind Milwaukee with this final game before the All-Star break. We are ready to go. Pete Crow Armstrong stepping in, the Cubs leadoff man, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Pete gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $200 to Service Dog Charities. We are ready to go. The first pitch of the game from the left-hander Abbott is in there for a strike, and away we go. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Abbott coming back to PCA, spins him away with an inside fastball, almost nailed him in the lead elbow. Abbott is 5-5. His ERA is shade under 4. What are some of the other numbers as you look at Abbott's slate here, Zach?
He's coming off a quality start last Tuesday against Philadelphia.
Pete takes the ball down low, a hook.
6 innings, 3 earned runs on 5 hits, no walks, and he struck out a season-high 8 batters in that game.
It's warm, the sun trying to fight its way through the clouds. 81 degrees, the pitch outside, and the count now 3-1. The announcement of the umpire is sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Let's see if Pete gets something to hit on. 3-1. Here's the pitch. He hits a high pop fly foul and back out of play. Pete ready to head to Philadelphia for the All-Star game. It's my guess that he is going to have a whole string of All-Star appearances before his career is done. Maybe 8 or 10 or 12 in a row. I could see that easily.
He's a special player, and he's been playing that way for more than a month now. Some red-hot numbers from PCA.
He's waiting for the 3-2 pitch from Abbott, and a swing and a smash foul pass first.
Pat, how about this? Over his last 37 games, Pete Crow Armstrong is hitting .386, 15 home runs, and 28 runs batted in.
I can't imagine many big leaguers have done much better over that span. Can you?
No. He's near the top at most of the categories during that time.
3-2 pitch inside. He walked him. So Abbott has walked the leadoff man. Pete reaches base. And let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally as Seiya Suzuki steps in. The Great American Ballpark. Beautiful yard. Nicely manicured infield. You almost never see a bad hop here. 328 down the left field line, 379 left center as Seiya takes high for ball 1. Dead center 404, a very inviting 370 to right center, 325 down the line and right. And when the weather gets warm, the ball carries in this park very, very well. Here's a swing and a miss by Seiya. Suzuki 3 for 8 in the first 2 games. Cubs able to even up the series by virtue of a 5-3 win last night. The Reds took the opener 4-0 on Friday night. Now the pitch, Seiya will take a strike. 1-2. Alex McKay calling balls and strikes. And the runner goes. The pitch low and outside. Throw to second base. Head first slide. Safe at second base. He stole it much more on Abbott than he did on the throw by the catcher Stevenson.
24th stolen base of the season for Pete Crow Armstrong. Stolen bases by the Cubs are powered by Arturo Tire. And the Cubs immediately have a man in scoring position.
Nobody out top of the first. Suzuki waiting, fouls it off. Looked like Seiya took a poke at right field that time, which is not a bad piece of strategy early in the game. You want to get that guy over to third. In a perfect world, you'd drive him in and give the team a 1-0 lead. On deck is Alex Bregman. He had the game-winning home run last night. Here's the pitch to Seiya, high and inside. And Abbott showing a little wobbliness. I'm not sure if that's a word, Zach, but it is now. Wobbliness with his control, which is kind of atypical of him. Now the left-hander ready for the 3-2 pitch. A liner down the right field line, slicing and going foul. Seiya knew it was foul. He never dropped the bat. Reds are 8 games below 500. The Cubs are now 5-1 in the season series against Cincinnati. The Cubs last night became the first road team to win any of the 6 games between these two teams. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way. Instead of pickoff throw to second, not in time.
And Pat, you'll be happy to know that wobbliness is indeed a real word.
I do feel better, Zach. I was a little grumpy there after saying it, but I feel chipper now. And now the 3-2 from Abbott. A long look back at Pete. The pitch hit in the air to center. It's going to be caught by Steer, and Pete Crow Armstrong advancing to third. The throw to third base, not in time. Very few guys in all of baseball would have even thought of moving up on that play, but Pete made it easily. The throw was offline, and the Cubs have a man at third with only one away.
Steer is a versatile player. Center field is relatively new for him. It's just his second game this season out there in center field. The first was in the opener of this series on Friday night, so Pete Crow Armstrong taking advantage.
RBI opportunity for Bregman, infield in. The pitch to Alex is up and in, ball one. Alex had the game-winning 2-run home run in the 7th inning in last night's game. It's his 8th of the year. He's got 37 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Fastball is high. He wants to get something that he can drive into the outfield to get the Cubs on the board. Bregman, born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, waiting for the 2-0 pitch. Swings and fouls it at the plate. Bregman's batting average at .236. 37 runs batted in, has 8 home runs. Carson Kelly on deck as Pete Crow Armstrong leads in foul territory at third. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center, shallow. Pete's going to not tag up, and that ball is dropped. A run is going to score. Cubs lead 1-0. A triumvirate of Reds. Again, the Reds infield was in, so that creates more space between the infielders and the outfielders. Steer, the center fielder, came racing in, tried to make a sliding catch, and only got a glove on the ball. It popped out of the glove. Cubs lead 1-0. That'll have to be an RBI double.
Yep, and they've given Bregman a double on that play, his 15th of the year. And we mentioned Steer relatively inexperienced in center. He was playing deep with Bregman at the plate.
And here's Carson Kelly. RBI number 38, as we said, for Bregman. It looked like Pete was not tagging up on that play. It was such a shallow ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't know if Arroyo, the second baseman, was going to be able to make a play on that.
Here's the 1-0, and that's a fastball high, and the count now 2-0 on Carson Kelly.
But that ball hung in the air forever. It's a play that's got to be made.
Now the stretch by the left-hander and the 2-0 pitch. Fouled away by Kelly off to the right.
Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
Cubs with a run in the bank have a chance for another tally with Bregman at second and one away. And now the 2-1 pitch on the way to Kelly. Carson lines it foul. Nice to see plenty of Cubby blue and shirts and hats on the fans seated around the ballpark, many of them right behind the third base dugout, which is the Cubs dugout. But actually, I see them all over the ballpark. Some of the bleachers, I see Cubby blue. Now the 2-2. Strike three call. Kelly caught looking. And that's out number 2. First strikeout for Abbott. And it's up to Michael Busch.
A fastball, top of the zone, right along the outside edge. It froze Kelly. The first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Lefty against lefty as Michael Busch will hit one in the air to left, slicing toward foul territory, and this ball is going to be back out of play. Busch, the first left-handed batter to face after Pete Crow Armstrong led off, that is. 3 straight right-handed batters, and now Busch with 48 RBIs would love to add to that total right now. Here's the next pitch, swinging a bouncer foul, 0-2. Abbott lost to the Phillies here on Tuesday night, did not pitch badly. The final score was 4-1. He gave up 3 earned runs in 6 innings to a tough Philadelphia offense. He's always pitched well against the Cubs, a team against whom he is 6-2 lifetime. It's his 9th career start against the Cubs. Fastball is up high. It's already a 27-pitch ordeal for him in the first inning. Bregman away from second, the pitch to Bush. Driven toward right, down the line, in the corner. That ball is going to be off the wall. A run is in. Bush motoring to second. He's got a double. Cubs lead 2-0. Right down the line in right. It hit the fence on the fly, and the Cubs lead 2-0.
It was a sweeper right in Bush's whopping zone, near the bottom of the zone, knee-high in the middle of the plate. Bush turned on it and whacked it off the wall in straight right. RBI double for Michael Bush, and doubles by Cubs batters sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Bush with a 3-hit game last night, and the RBI double here early in this one. That's a good sign heading into the All-Star break. Bush has struggled mightily over the last month.
Ron Coomer would have enjoyed seeing that double by Bush. Here's Nico Horner now with a chance to drive in a run. And Nico swings and fouls it back. He would also have appreciated your reference to the whopping zone, which is what Ron talks about, pitches being in a very hittable area. I've always meant to ask him, how do you spell that word? I'll get around to it, and I'll report back to you, Zach.
It's cool sounding, though, isn't it?
Would there be an H after the W or just W-O?
I think W-H.
Okay.
I think.
0-1 on Nico Horner. And Nico takes down low. Nico, nothing for 7 in the series. Cubs already have given their starter, Matthew Boyd, a little cushion to work with. Boy, this is a tough place to play and pitch. Very tough park to pitch in the summertime. And it's a warm day today. Nico bounces one to short, scooped up by De La Cruz, and he will throw out a hustling Nico Horner to end the inning. But the Cubs score twice. RBI doubles for both Alex Bregman and Michael Bush. After a half inning, Cubs 2, Cincinnati coming up on The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Whopping Zone Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers and light beer? That's Flight by Yuengling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency. Other beers, padding stats with extra carbs and no flavor. Care about your beer stats? The choice is obvious. Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser sign?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Internet members, cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at XfinityMobile.com. Restrictions apply. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Go. Cubs lead 2-0. Matthew Boyd on the mound, so a likable left-hander. Beat Baltimore this past Tuesday night in the opening game on this Cubs road trip. 5-2 the final. Making his 6th start against Cincinnati. And now time called by Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie reaching up to his face. I'm not sure if he's got something in his eye. One of the Reds trainers coming out to look at Ellie De La Cruz as he is being attended to. Zach, what are some of the numbers of Matthew Boyd that jump out at you?
So overall, Boyd 4-1 with a 4.31 ERA in 8 starts, but he's made 3 starts since coming off the injured list from knee surgery and that shoulder issue in late June. And in those 3 starts, a 2-0 record with a 1.72 ERA, including 6 scoreless innings last Tuesday in Baltimore.
He sports a blue glove on the mound. And Matthew Boyd ready to go to work on Ellie De La Cruz, who's batting right-handed. And the first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. De La Cruz, switch hitter, batting right-handed. His light green colored batting gloves. A curveball misses for ball 2. De La Cruz, 15 home runs, 4 for 9 in this series with a home run. And he pulls the ground ball foul past third.
Out in front of a changeup, and you could hear that he broke his bat on that foul ball. A 78-mile-per-hour change from Boyd. The speed gun powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi, one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
De La Cruz with a brand new bat. He's going to put some rosin on as he's over in the on-deck circle.
And Pat, that gives us time for you to make a prediction. A Feel Like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch.
I feel like, and I know it's a little bit of an edge. They've already got a 2-run lead, but I think the Cubs are going to enjoy this Sunday afternoon with a very satisfying win. Here's a pop fly on the infield. Should be routine for Bush. The first baseman makes the catch over near the mound, and that's out number 1. So that's my prediction. The Cubs are going to win today's ball game.
I like it.
Nice and simple, direct. One away, here's Sal Stewart. We're getting close to a station ID. Dave Abbott is our engineer. He always works with us when we're in Cincinnati, has been for many years. And a pitch on the way. Hit in the air to right, deep but foul and slicing out of play. 10 seconds right here for Station ID on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Go. The next offering to Stewart is also fouled away. Boyd with a brand new ball, ready for the 0-2 serve to Sal Stewart. And here it comes. And it's a check swing on a breaking ball. Did he go? No swing, says Roberto Ortiz, the first base umpire. That was close. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way. That misses low and outside, another off-speed delivery. If you're just joining us, the Cubs grab the lead in the top of the first. RBI doubles by Alex Bregman and Michael Bush. Cubs trying to win the series and trying to beat Cincy for the 6th time in 7 meetings this year. Here's the 2-2. Inside it hit him. Stewart gets hit in the leg, and he's going to limp to first. I'm not sure exactly where it got him, but it hit him flush. And he's limping noticeably as he gets to first.
Let's take a look at the replay here as Stewart heads to first, but he screamed loudly after that hit him. It got him in the shin. He wears a protective guard in his front, like the left leg, but it missed the guard, and you could hear it. It got bone. He's okay. He's at first base.
Now, Zach, you must have very good hearing. As Spencer Steer bats, Cubs lead 2-0 in the first. And a fastball is taken high for a ball. I actually did not hear him scream, but you made it sound like you could hear it all over the park.
Oh, yeah. Well, David Abbott has these microphones placed right behind home plate.
Here comes the 1-0 set. And the next offering, liner to left, a base hit. Now the Reds starting to make a little noise. 2 men on with 1 away. Stopping at second is Stewart. Steer with a base hit to left, and the batter is J.J. Bleday.
Bleday with 16 home runs this season, primarily as the cleanup man for the Reds. 2 of them in this series.
Lefty to lefty. And the pitch on the way to Bleday is outside for a ball. Bleday, a .241 hitter, does have 16 home runs and 42 driven in. Stewart leads at second. Steer away from first. Boyd coming back to Bleday. A ground ball to second base. Horner will go to second. There's one. Swanson to first. That's going to be not in time. The Cubs are going to challenge that call by first base umpire Roberto Ortiz. Dansby thought it was in time. He had a good view after making the throw to first. I thought it was in time for the out, but we're going to wait until the video. Yep, and Greg Counsell says we definitely would like to challenge that call by Ortiz.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Sharply hit ball right to the second baseman. I have not yet seen the replay. Have you?
We have not seen a replay on our monitor as of yet. Horner had to range slightly to his left and then had to turn around to throw the ball to Swanson. Swanson fired a strike to first. And we're getting our first look here. Man, that's a close play, but it looks like the ball is in Bush's glove before Bleday steps on first, at least at first glance here on the replay monitor.
It also looks like Bush's left leg blocks the view of exactly the instant at which the foot touched the base by the base runner.
Right, from the view that we got. Now, again, there are about 14 to 16 different angles that they have in the replay center in New York, and we don't always see all of them.
So we might wait here for a moment. They're going to take a look at several different angles. It's a close play. There's no question about that.
After review, the call stands. The runner is safe. Chicago losing the challenge.
Okay, the Cubs lose one of their challenges. The call stands. He is safe. The inning continues. Bleday is safe on the fielder's choice. Stewart is the runner at third. Bleday at first. Eugenio Suarez the batter. And the Cubs lead 2-0. Bottom of the first inning with 2 down. So Boyd has to do a little more work. The veteran left-hander sporting a blue glove. And he fires to Suarez. It's inside, ball 1. Suarez 3 for 7 in this series. Had a home run in last night's game. Now the 1-0. Looped foul down the left field line. Good pitch in on his hands, Zach.
Suarez has 37 career home runs against the Cubs. He's the active leader against them.
It does not surprise me. I think I've seen almost all 37 of them. 1 ball and 1 strike on Suarez. Boyd coming back. Fastball is just inside. 2-1.
Big hole on the right side of the infield with Bush holding on Bleday at first. Horner up the middle to the right of the bag.
2 outs, 2 on, 2 balls and a strike on the number 5 hitter Suarez. Boyd will go to first with a pickoff throw, and it's not in time. Matthew has one of the better moves of any pitcher in baseball, always among the league leaders in pickoffs. Now Matthew comes set. Runners take their leads first and third. Suarez swings on a curve and doesn't get it. What do you like on 2-2, Zach?
I think Boyd's going to go with the fastball here. That was a change up low, and I think he's going to go with that rising fastball to Suarez.
Suarez, 10 home runs for the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. The pitch. Bouncing ball foul toward third. Another off-speed delivery.
Yeah, he doubled up on the changeup there to Suarez, and Suarez was out in front. Fouled it off.
Cubs scored twice in the top of the first. Run-scoring doubles by Bregman and Bush. Reds threatening, 2 outs, 2 on. And the 2-2 from Boyd. Popped up foul and back out of play. Good fastball. Kind of a late swing by Eugenio.
Fastball top of the zone, right along the outside edge. Now do you change the eye level and go with something low here?
It's 2-2. Matthew Boyd delivers. This pitch is smacked foul down the third base line. Sal Stewart, the runner over there, already got nailed by a pitch. He kind of looked at his teammate as if to say, please hit it somewhere else. Boyd ready to make his 21st pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets him. A low inside breaking ball. Boyd with a strikeout. Suarez is gone. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Reds don't score, leave a pair. On to inning number 2. Cubs 2, Cincinnati nothing on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
The folks at Tito's Handmade Vodka have been dog people since day one. From the very beginning, inspired by strays found around the distillery, Tito's has been committed to supporting pets and their people. Through the Vodka for Dog People program, Tito's amplifies the work of animal-focused nonprofits across the country and beyond, focusing efforts on low-cost spay and neuter services, affordable veterinary care, and adoptions. Between countless yappy hours, sponsored events, and its dog-friendly workspaces, there's a reason Tito's is the vodka for dog people. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
All my life, my mom sacrificed for our family. So when she needed a liver transplant and I learned I was a match, I didn't hesitate to be her donor. Northwestern Medicine made the process seamless for both of us, including speaking to my mom in Spanish.
Top 10 in the nation for transplant volume. Francisco's living donor team removed part of his liver for his mom's transplant. Northwestern Medicine has saved the most lives through organ transplant in Illinois and its surrounding states. Northwestern Medicine. Better. Learn more at nm.org/transplant.
Chicago weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity. Your home's exterior can take a beating. What if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com.
When buying your next car, let Consumers Credit Union put you in the driver's seat with competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Go. With Zach Shadman pinch hitting for Ron Coomer. Pat Hughes at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. A warm summer day. Cubs lead 2-0. Ian Happ batting right-handed against the southpaw Abbott. Takes down low for ball 1.
Abbott threw 31 pitches in the first inning, so we'll monitor him the rest of the way.
Here comes the 1-0, and that's going to be a strike. 1-1. Happ hitting .222, 17 home runs. Swanson and Alcantara to follow. Ian hits a ground ball to the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. The big man has a rifle, and he guns to first in time. to get a hustling Ian Happ, and that's out number 1.
The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time.
Ellie De La Cruz took kind of a circular route to that ball so that when he got it, Zach, he had some momentum moving in the direction of his throw. Pretty nice looking play. 1 down, and here's Dansby Swanson. Dansby knows about making all the plays at shortstop. Swings and misses. Swanson at 210, 16 home runs. Chops it foul, and the count 0-2. Well, the All-Star break will begin right after this game. Pete Crow Armstrong will represent the Cubs at the All-Star game in Philadelphia. Tuesday night is the Midsummer Classic, as it's known. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball is high. Cubs will enjoy a little R&R, as will all of the members of the staff and the traveling party. The Minnesota Twins will be at Wrigley on Friday night on the resumption of play. A rare Friday night game at 7:05. Can't remember the last one we had of those, Zach.
It's been a long time.
Day games over the weekend. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. The Detroit Tigers come in a week from Monday, starting on July the 20th. Here's the 1-2. Dansby looks at a ball down in the dust. One away, nobody on, second inning. Cubs on top 2-0. Andrew Abbott delivers. Swing and a miss by Swanson. Chased a low changeup. And that's out number 2. Second strikeout for Abbott. And it brings up Kevin Alcantara.
Celebrating his 24th birthday today. And Alcantara in the starting lineup as the designated hitter.
Here's the pitch on the way to Kevin. A tall, strong right-handed batter takes down low for a ball. Abbott comes back, and Kevin takes a strike.
A center fielder steer playing Alcantara tick the other way toward right center. The defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com.
Here's the line drive right to the shortstop, De La Cruz. It ends the inning. Kevin Alcantara lines out. Cubs go 1-2-3. We move to the bottom of inning number 2. Cubs 2, Reds nothing on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Dansby Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Plumbing emergency? Chicagoland depends on Plumbers 911. Licensed, professional, local 130 plumbers are available 24/7 for fast, reliable help. Call 833-PLUM-911. Local 130 plumbers get the job done right the first time.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Or get up to $3,000 total savings on the Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Offer ends August 3rd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Don't miss the Toast of the Game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot when we celebrate the game's greatest moments and players. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Did you know you could earn up to $600 when you open a checking account at Old National Bank?
$600? You could do a lot with that. Like tickets to somewhere warm?
Now boarding for Miami.
Or tickets to your favorite band?
Or tickets to your favorite band in Miami.
Boom! Now you're talking.
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Additional restrictions apply. Visit oldnational.com/checking. Offer valid through October 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Join the Cubs on Tuesday, July 21st as the Cubs take on the Tigers at 7:05. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition basketball jersey designed by Pete Crow Armstrong, honoring Cubs legend Ryne Sandberg. Don't miss out on this offer. Pat?
Tyler Stevenson first up here in the Reds' second inning. Right-handed batter takes a strike. Stevenson 3 for 5 in this series. Noelvi Marte on deck, and then Edwin Arroyo. Boyd flips a changeup up there low, 1-1. These two teams have been going at it since 1890, two of the older franchises of Major League Baseball. Cubs, with their win last night, now have 23 more wins than Cincinnati in their head-to-head battles. So it's been pretty hotly and evenly contested down through the decades. Here's the ball outside, and the count runs to 3-1. See if Boyd can come back to get him. Line drive toward short. Diving backhand stop by Dansby Swanson. Great play. Diving toward the hole on the grass on the outfield. Gloved it with a beautiful dive and made it look graceful. What a shortstop he is.
Full extension, ranging to his right on the outfield grass with the backhand snag. We're going to call that the catch of the game. Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours at CatchDesMoines.com.
Noelvi Marte will take ball one. Fans still kind of buzzing over that defensive gem by Dansby Swanson. He makes so many great plays that you almost get spoiled. You expect him to make everything in his vicinity. Tremendous defensive player. Fly ball foul off to the right and out of play.
We were talking about this with Craig Counsell before the series started on Friday in the manager show about his impressions of the first half, and he started with Pete Crow Armstrong. How can you not? He's an all-star. But right after that, Counsell mentioned the team defense of the Cubs,
yep.
And Swanson is near the top of the list in that department.
I have never seen a better defensive Cubs team in my 31 years here with the club. Here's a bouncing ball to third. Gloving it is Bregman. Straightens up. Makes a good throw to get him. There is a good defensive player at every single spot, and there are some great defensive players at several spots.
That's a great way to put it, especially up the middle. Warner at second, Swanson at short, Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. The Cubs catchers, both Kelly and Amaya, have done a nice job.
Michael Busch has turned himself into a pretty good defensive first baseman. Ground ball to Bregman, sharply hit, but gloved cleanly. He'll fire to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Boyd as we go to inning number 3. Cubs 2, Reds nothing on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests and more on your way home, 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
From the warehouse to the work site, Fitzgerald Equipment keeps Illinois and Wisconsin businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service. Featuring Heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Who's on first? Southwest Airlines, ranked first among U.S. airlines by the Wall Street Journal. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Reds as we begin the top half of the third inning. And the third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Pete Crow Armstrong leading things off against left-hander Andrew Abbott. Pitch on the way, and Crow Armstrong looks at a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. PCA walked to lead off the game and scored a run on an RBI double by Alex Bregman, and then Bregman scored on an RBI double by Michael Busch as PCA fouls this one back out of play in the hole. 0-2. Crow Armstrong still looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 7 with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts, and yet still hitting .386 over his last 37 games. Lefty-lefty matchup with Abbott on the mound and Crow Armstrong at the plate. Now the 0-2. Up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pat, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Gee willikers, you're right, Zach.
Take your time. We'll get your guess after this pitch. Here it comes. Crow Armstrong fouls it back off the screen. 1-2.
Fans in the upper deck in every section, although some sections rather sparsely populated. What did we have last night? 34,000 plus. I don't think we have quite that many.
Crow Armstrong bounces one on the right side. Ranging wide of first is Stewart. The toss to Abbott covering the bag in time as he just beats a hustling PCA to first. 1 away.
That can be a dangerous play for a pitcher if you're a little tardy getting over to cover the bag. So Abbott raced over there, hit that bag, and got out of the way of Pete. He made a good play, and he was out by an eyelash, but you like to see that hustle from Pete.
Abbott on his follow-through ends up falling toward the third base side of the rubber. So he had to reverse pivot and then book to first to beat PCA and receive the toss from Stewart. 1 down here in the third. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Seiya Suzuki stands in, right-handed batter. Now the pitch. Seiya swings, and it's a pop fly. Foul territory off to the right. Stewart giving chase near the tarp along the sidewall, but this one's in the stands. Out of play, 0-1.
Zach, we have fans in every section of the ballpark. I'll go ahead and initiate the guesses in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. I'll say there are 30,004. No, let me say 30,003.
All right, now everything is right with the world. Here's the 0-1. That's a called strike changeup to Suzuki. 0-2. For those that don't know, Pat is famous for his palindromic guesses in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Here's the 0-2 by Abbott. That's low to Suzuki. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Although earlier this week when we were at Camden Yards in Baltimore, you had a guess that was not palindromic. And oh boy, social media was a flutter.
A flutter, you say?
Mm-hmm. The 1-2 delivery. Inside to Seiya. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Are you going to make a guess here?
I'm going to go 32,000 on the dot. So good luck. Now the 2-2. Suzuki lines. Oh, leaping grab back a third by Hayes. 2 away.
Hayes, nice timing on the jump at third. That ball hard hit. It would have been a double had it just been a foot higher. But a nice defensive play, and that's out number 2.
He's a former Gold Glover at the hot corner. Now Alex Bregman at the plate. Abbott delivers, and Bregman looks at a ball low. Fastball that missed. Bregman had an RBI double his first time up. Had a 2-run go-ahead home run in last night's victory. The pitch. Called strike. Breaking ball that floats into the zone. 1-1.
Abbott already up to 55 pitches. At that pace, he'll be lucky to go much beyond 5 innings, you would think.
Bregman hits a one-hopper right back to the mound. Fielded by Abbott. Underhand toss to first, and the Cubs go down in order here in the top of the third. Middle 3, Cubs 2, Reds nothing. On the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
All right, turning left at this light. Whoa, almost missed that motorcycle. Close call. They're easy to miss, so I better look twice for motorcycles or it could be game over. Start seeing motorcycles. It's not a game.
Rev up the rewards at the pump with Club Sicko. Find exclusive ways to win big from sweepstakes to daily deals. Download the Club Sicko app. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Bosch. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Bottom 3 in Cincinnati. Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Reds. It's partly cloudy and 83 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Key Brian Hayes at the plate to lead things off for the Reds here in their half of the third. Matthew Boyd deals, and Hayes lines one in a left center field for a base hit. So here comes Ellie Dela Cruz. Popped out his first time up. Cubs scored both of their runs in the first inning. RBI doubles by Bregman and then Bush. And Bush holding on to Hayes at first. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield with Horner up the middle just to the right of the bag. De La Cruz, a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the left-hander Matthew Boyd, who works on the third base side of the rubber. Turquoise glove, chest high. Here's the kick and pitch. Called strike. Slider that spins into the zone, 0-1. Coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Boyd has an excellent pickoff move. Stares at first and deals. And a ground ball hit to Bregman at third. Throw to second for one. Horner to first. Not in time as De La Cruz beats it out. Close play at first base. Bregman had to range wide of the bag to his left to field it on a low hop. Quickly got it to Horner at second. Tried to make the quick turn to first. De La Cruz beats it out.
Another nice defensive play by the Cubs, though. Good pickup by Bregman. Got the ball to Nico. The fleet-footed De La Cruz gets the safe call at first. A good call. But they get one out on the play.
De La Cruz always a threat to go. Throw to first. De La Cruz gets back standing up. Cubs picked him off in last night's ball game. 1 on, 1 out for Cincinnati here in the bottom of the third. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Sal Stewart in the box, right-handed batter. The pitch off the outside, 1-0.
The Pirates are pummeling Milwaukee 14-2. That's a 6th-inning score. Pirates trying to sweep all 3 in that series against the Brewers.
A long set. Boyd delivers. Stewart looks at a ball low and inside. 2-0 the count. Cubs started the day 6 back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central.
It was going to be an all-star matchup of Jacob Mizorowski against Paul Skeens. That did not happen.
Here's the pitch. Called strike. Slider from Boyd. 2-1.
Mizorowski had to miss today's start because of, quote, arm fatigue. And he'll miss the All-Star game, too.
Boyd misses low with a changeup. It's 3-1 on Stewart, who was hit by a pitch in the first.
Arm fatigue seems very vague. It does not specify what part of the arm might be in pain or in the most fatigue or whatever. We'll find out in a day or two, probably.
And just the other day, right, the Brewers put the left-hander Kyle Harrison on the injured list.
And they've been their top 2 starters.
3-1 the count on Stewart with De La Cruz at first and 1 away. A long set, throw to first. De La Cruz gets back standing up. And that's now 2 throws over to first by Boyd.
Reading about the Pirates' doubleheader sweep over Milwaukee yesterday.
Now the 3-1. Stewart drills one deep in the air to right center field. Cor Armstrong racing over. This one will one hop the wall. De La Cruz on his way to third. Being held up, throw to second, a little offline, and sliding in with a double is Stewart. So the Reds threatening. The tying runs in scoring position after the double by Stewart. De La Cruz at third. Just 1 away, and the number 3 hitter, Spencer Steer, due up.
Ball short hopped the wall out in right center. Pete Armstrong played it quickly and fired it to second, but Stewart sliding in with a double. And as Zach told you, the Reds now with men at second and third and only 1 away.
Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Spencer Steer singled his last time up. Right-handed batter against the left-hander Boyd. Bush playing in wide of first. Boyd sets up high, third base side of the rubber. And the pitch. Inside to Steer. He missed with a curveball. 1-0.
Cubs will trade a run for an out. They've got the infield back with men at second and third. 1 down.
Boyd takes a peek at third. That's where De La Cruz is. And here comes the 1-0. That one is tap foul at the plate.
Scoreboard says 2-0, but it's 1-1, Zach. You were right. It was a foul tip.
So 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Boyd a long set. Now the kick and pitch. And Steer hits a high fly ball. Foul out of play off to the right. 1-2.
Let's see if Matthew Boyd can get a strikeout right here. That would be big. It's not always how many strikeouts you get in a game, but when do you get them?
Men at second and third with 1 down here in the third. The pitch. Inside to Steer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The video boards here at Great American Ballpark prompting the fans to get loud. They do for a few seconds. Lefty-righty matchup. Boyd delivers the 2-2. That's low to Steer, who's worked a full count. Cubs up 2-0. 1 away here in the bottom of the third with men at second and third for Cincinnati. Steer at the plate with a full count. Now the payoff pitch. And a ground ball hit to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first. That's in time to get Steer 2 away. Coming in to score, De La Cruz. So the Reds are on the board. Cubs have a 2-1 lead. Stewart stays at second base and 2 away here in the third with J.J. Bleday due up.
Mentioned the Cubs playing back. They were going to concede a run to trade it for an out.
So Steer gets the RBI. Stewart at second base. 2 down, bottom 3. J.J. Bleday at the plate. And the pitch. Inside, backing him off the plate with a slider. 1-0. Bleday grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed batter, open stance. Hits out of a little bit of a crouch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Out in front of a changeup. 1-1. Bleday 16 home runs on the year. Boyd looks at second. That's where Stewart is. And here comes the 1-1. And a looper in the left for a base hit. Around third, coming home, Stewart. The throw by Happ offline. And the Reds tie it up. Taking second on the throw home is Bleday, who ties up the game with an RBI single. 2-2 Cubs and Reds here in the third.
Bleday quietly having a very big season. That's his 43rd run batted in. Happ thought he had a shot at the plate, but his throw was offline and late. And the batter goes to second on the throw home. The ball game back to even, tied at 2.
Now Tommy Hotovik comes out to the mound to have a conversation with Matthew Boyd and catcher Carson Kelly. The Cubs had the infield shift on, so they were playing Bleday to pull. He's a left-handed batter. So Swanson, the shortstop, was up the middle just to the left of the bag, and Bleday was able to flick that into the undefended regular shortstop position, and it bounced into left for an RBI single. So a brand new game, 2-2 Cubs and Reds with 2 down here in the bottom of the third, but the threat not over. The go-ahead run is at second base in Bleday, and Eugenio Suarez will step to the plate. He struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. Boyd sets chest high. Checks second, works his motion and deals. Called strike, a fastball to Suarez, clocked at 94 miles per hour. The finale of this 3-game set here in Cincinnati. Here's the 0-1. Up high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Suarez. Cubs started this road trip by taking 2 of 3 in Baltimore, and they're looking to take 2 of 3 here in Cincinnati. 1-1 the count. Boyd deals, and that's a strike to Suarez. A fastball, 92 miles per hour. On the bottom of the zone on the inside edge.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
And as you heard from the home plate umpire, Alex McKay, Suarez is going to challenge this call. And it's a strike.
Confirmed. Cincinnati has 1 remaining challenge.
And as you heard, the Reds lose one of their challenges. This ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Just the top of the ball clipped the bottom of the zone along the inside edge. 1-2 on Suarez. Boyd a long set. And here comes the pitch. Off the outside, 2-2. Suarez missed the early portion of this season with an oblique strain. He's got 10 home runs. Now the 2-2. Inside, full count. Bleday at second base, 2 away here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 game, Cubs and Reds. Boyd deals. And a high fly ball, deep left field, still going way back there and gone into the second deck. A monster shot by Eugenio Suarez. And Cincinnati moves ahead 4-2 Reds here in the third for Suarez. That's his 11th home run of the year. A 433-foot drive into the second deck here in left at Great American Ballpark.
Yes, you call it, Zach. No doubt about it. Low inside pitch. Suarez launching one. That's one of the longest home runs we've had all weekend long. And now the Cubs play from behind.
A 4 spot here in the third for the Reds. Tyler Stevenson at the plate. Here's the pitch. He swings, drills one to left, but Happ is there just short of the track and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Reds score 4 times to take the lead. We head to the fourth. Cincinnati 4, Cubs 2 on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for the great Cubs guests all season long on 104.3 The Score, the official radio home of the Cubs.
Do you suffer from frozen word calls, dead spots, or chronic buffering? It's important to know that it's not you, it's your Wi-Fi. The good news is you don't need to see a tech doctor. You simply need to get Eero. Learn how good Wi-Fi can be at Eero.com.
Hey, it's Ron Coomer. This season, my partner Jeff Neidiger and I are honoring our heroes through Veteran of the Game on The Score. Jeff's a combat veteran himself, helping families sell their homes the easy way since 2007.
Whether it's an inherited property or you just need to sell without the hassle, we buy houses as is with no gimmicks. You pick the timeline, take all your memories, and we handle everything else.
Give them a call at 630-556-8892. That's 630-556-8892 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
Sloan has been supporting Cubs fans at Wrigley Field for generations with trusted restroom solutions. Today, that commitment continues throughout the concourse with bottle fillers delivering clean drinking water all season long. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's.
England carries genuine expectations this time. A composed striker leads a squad packed with Premier League talent. The 3 Lions are well organized, physical in midfield, and lethal from set pieces.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Carson Kelly's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Top of the fourth here in Cincinnati. The Reds with a 4-2 lead over the Cubs. Kelly is the cleanup man this afternoon for the Cubs. And cleanup hitters are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Bosch kitchen today at grandappliance.com. Cubs struck first, taking a 2-0 lead after 1 RBI doubles by Bregman and Bush. But the Reds rallying with a 4 spot in the third. The big hit, Eugenio Suarez, the go-ahead 2-run home run. Andrew Abbott deals, and Kelly looks at a ball high and outside. 1-0 the count. Time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The pitch is low to Kelly, 2-0. Matt mentioned this earlier. Middle 7 now in Pittsburgh. All Pirates a 14-2 lead over the Brewers. Henry Davis and Marcelo Zuna both going deep for Pittsburgh. Other action, Royals and Orioles tied at 2 in the bottom of the third. The pitch misses, so it's now 3-0 with Kelly at the plate. That was a fastball from Abbott just off the outside, thigh high.
Pirates looking for their 50th win, Zach. They're going to be 3 games over 500. Don't forget about the Buccos.
And that pitch misses outside. Ball 4. Kelly leads off the fourth with a walk. Walks a Cubs batter, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump, a no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Paul Skeens started today's game for Pittsburgh. Skeens went 5 1/3, charged with 2 runs on 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. As Michael Busch is at the plate, and he looks at a fastball high and inside for ball 1. Busch represents the tying run at the plate for the Cubs. And an RBI double his first time up. Abbott delivers, and that's a called strike. Fastball, 1-1. Right down the middle. The Reds, with their current defensive alignment, vacating the third base position. Lefty-lefty matchup. Abbott, high leg kick and pitch. Busch swings, drills one deep in the air to right. Down the line it goes, and this one bangs off the wall. Kelly on his way to third base. He'll stop there. Stand-up double for Michael Busch, his second double of the ballgame. And now the Cubs have the tying runs in scoring position with no one out here in the 4th.
Second double of the day for Busch against the tough left-hander Abbott. He hung right in there, Zach, and pulled it almost in the exact same spot as his first double back in the first inning, which drove in a run.
Here's Nico Horner. Rounded out to short his first time up. Men at second and third. Cubs down by 2 here in the 4th with no one out. Abbott delivers. Horner swings, and a one-hopper fielded on the outfield grass by Arroyo. He guns a throw to first in time to get Horner 1 away.
Nico pulled up a little bit suddenly after hitting that first base bag somewhat awkwardly. I think he's okay.
Now the batter, Ian Happ. Switch hitter batting from the right side. The pitch. Happ looks at a ball outside. 1-0 the count. Cubs have men at second and third with 1 away here in the top of the 4th. The Reds with a 4-2 lead. Abbott a long set, and now the pitch. Up high to Happ. 2-0. Kelly at third base, Busch at second. Happ at the plate, Abbott on the mound. And here comes the 2-0. That's low. 3-0 now with Happ at the plate. Dansby Swanson on deck for the Cubs. The 3-0 delivery. Up high, ball 4. Happ draws a walk, and now the Cubs have the bases loaded with just 1 down, and Dansby Swanson will dig in.
Let's see if that gets the bullpen moving for the Reds out beyond the left center field fence. I see some guys walking around, and quite possibly somebody will start throwing. Happ a little bit wobbly today. He's walked 3 in the first 3 1/3 innings. And let's see if the Cubs can take advantage right now with the bags loaded and Dansby Swanson at the plate.
Swanson with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs over his last 15 games. Bases loaded, just 1 down. Reds up 4-2. Swanson digs in. Lefty-righty matchup. Abbott delivers. Swanson swings and lines one foul out of play off to the right. 0-1. Swanson entered play 6 for 17 in his career against Abbott. That's a .353 batting average with 2 home runs. The pitch. Swanson fouls this one off out of play off to the right second deck. 0-2. Swanson struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1 today. Kelly's at third base, Busch at second, Happ at first. Just 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Cubs trail by 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Swanson chased a fastball high and outside, 2 away.
Now it's up to Kevin Alcantara, the youngster. Let's see if he can come through in this spot. Potential turning point of the day right now.
Bases loaded, 2 away. Reds up 4-2. Here's the pitch. Alcantara looks at a strike, a fastball. 0-1. Near the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. Abbott, the left-hander, working on the third base side of the rubber. Alcantara, a right-handed hitter. The 0-1. Called strike, changeup. 0-2, almost in the same spot as the fastball. Near the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. Bases loaded, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Line foul off the netting to the right by Alcantara. 0-2. Alcantara lined out to short his first time up. Abbott's ready. Here comes the pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. Oh, it takes a wicked hop into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Bush scores. Cubs tie up the game. 2-run single by Kevin Alcantara. The birthday boy delivers. 4-4 Cubs and Reds. Here in the 4th, stopping at third base, Happ.
That hit the second base bag. It would have been playable for the second baseman Arroyo, but it jumped over his head after it caromed off the second base bag. Cubs get a break, and this is a tie ball game, Zach.
And the Cubs looking for more. Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike, a fastball from Abbott. 0-1.
It's really kind of surprising that doesn't happen more often.
It's shocking when it does. Here's the pitch. Whack foul out of play off to the left by PCA. 0-2.
Those are big bases, and it's firm, hard-packed rubber. And when it hits that bag, it jumps. The older bags used to be softer, and it would not bounce off of it as much.
The 0-2 up high to Crow Armstrong. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kevin Alcantara coming through with the 2-run single to even up the game. 4-4, men at the corners, 2 away here in the 4th. The pitch. Crow Armstrong gets a ground ball up the middle. It's fielded by Arroyo. His throw to first, not in time! Happ scores. Cubs take the lead. 5-4 on the infield RBI single by Pete Crow Armstrong. It was a ball hit up the middle just to the right of second base. Arroyo, the second baseman, had to range all the way to the right side, backhanded it, and then had to throw across the body, not in time to get PCA. The Reds will challenge this play.
They're going to take a second look.
Cincinnati is challenging the safe call at first base.
I'm a little surprised they're challenging that call. I didn't think it was all that close. As we watch it again.
It was a one-hopper that needed to be dug out at first by Stewart.
Boy, that's close. That is really close.
On the replay, it appears the ball is in the glove of the first baseman, Stewart, before PCA's foot hits the bag.
Does he have the ball secured in the glove, though?
That's what they're checking in New York right now at the replay center. They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Wow.
So instead of the Cubs having the lead, PCA is out at first on a bang-bang play. And the game remains tied. 4-4 Cubs and Reds, middle 4 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with employee pricing for everyone. Built with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. Right now, celebrate Independence Day with employee pricing for everyone on all GMC Sierra 1500 models. Visit your local GMC dealer and they will help you choose between the hardworking Sierra 1500 Pro, the well-equipped SLT, the off-road ready AT4, or the luxurious GMC Sierra Denali. Come explore the 2026 GMC Sierra lineup and take a test drive today. Experience engineering that fits your lifestyle. GMC, offering employee pricing for everyone at your local GMC dealer today. At participating dealers only. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/3/26.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Bottom four in Cincinnati. 4-4 game. Cubs and Reds. Noel B. Marte at the plate. Matthew Boyd deals, and Marte looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone. 0-1. It's been back and forth. Cubs tying the game in the top half of this frame. 2-run single by Kevin Alcantara. Here's the 0-1. Marte bounces one back at third. Fielded belt high by Bregman. The throw across in time to get Marte. One away. The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi. One price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. Now Edwin Arroyo will stand in. Switch hitting second baseman, batting from the right side against the left-hander Matthew Boyd. Red scored 4 times in the third. Boyd delivers. Arroyo shows bunt, pulls it back. Change up low. 1-0 the count. Cubs have the corner infielders in. Bregman at third, Bush at first. Now the pitch. Arroyo swings, and it's a fly ball left center field. Haps under it and makes the catch with Crow Armstrong crisscrossing behind him. 2 away.
Pirates continue to lead Milwaukee 14-4. They're in the 8th inning at PNC Park in western Pennsylvania.
Other action around the majors, Pat. The Yankees on top of the Nationals 2-1 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Mets lead the Red Sox 1-0, top of the 6th. Francisco Lindor with an RBI double. The batter, Key Brian Hayes, right-handed hitter. Boyd works his motion and deals. And starts off Hayes with a called strike on a slow-moving curveball that floats into the zone. 0-1. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th, 4-4 game. Cubs and Reds, the finale of this 3-game set. Boyd rocks back, high leg kick and pitch, and he hits Hayes. Got him with a slider. Hit him on the lower leg.
Hayes did not appear to be injured in any way, shape, or form. He just trotted to first.
But that brings up Ellie Dela Cruz. The pitch. And a high fly ball hit to right center field. Crow Armstrong's under it. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Hayes stranded on the bases. We head to the 5th. Tie game. Cubs 4, Reds 4. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
This summer, making memories in a Volvo SUV is easier than ever. Now, for a limited time, get savings on Volvo SUVs during the Summer Safely sales event, built with advanced safety features, so you can focus on the road ahead. Find your Volvo today. The Summer Safely sales event is on now. Visit volvocars.com/US to save.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball on Chicago Sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app.
Right-hander Chase Petty becomes the new pitcher for Cincinnati. Andrew Abbott gave up 4 runs in his 4 innings, and he'll have no decision. Seiya Suzuki leads off the Cub 5th inning and takes a strike from the right-hander Petty. Petty, 10 games, a win, a loss, ERA 4.37. See if Seiya can start a rally as he takes the ball outside. 1-1. Getting close to an ID break here, Zach. We'll pass one along. Final game on the road trip. Cubs 3-2 on the journey so far. This is game number 6. And the pitch on the way. Fastball is high, 2-1.
The pitch is called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
And this ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
The call's overturned. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
Strike right at the top of the zone.
Tyler Stevenson, Reds catcher, made the right challenge that time. Seiya has flied to center and lined out to third. Ball game tied at 4. Neither team with an error. And look out, Seiya backs away from a high inside fastball. 2-2 on Suzuki. If you're just joining us, the Cubs scored twice in the first inning. RBI doubles by Alex Bregman and Michael Busch. The Reds got their 4 in a cluster in the 3rd inning against Matthew Boyd. And now Petty coming back 2-2. Seiya checks and takes outside. No swing. The Reds' RBIs by Spencer Steer on a ground out. J.J. Bleday on a single. Drove in 1, and then Eugenio Suarez clobbered a long 2-run home run. That was all in the 3rd inning. Cubs got even. Here's a fly ball to right. Pretty well hit. Ranging back is Marte. On the track, makes the catch. Suzuki is out number 1, and the batter is Bregman before he steps in. We step away 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Go. Alex Bregman has doubled to drive in a run and grounded out. He pulls the ground ball into left field, a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Bregman. Let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally. I was giving you the scoring recap. The Cubs got their final 2 on a 2-run single by Kevin Alcantara, a ball that hit the second base bag and jumped into center field, and 2 runs scored on the play. So 4-4 tie. Very tough day to pitch. A warm summer day in Cincinnati. 81 at game time. Feels warmer than that. And here's Carson Kelly taking a strike.
Some encouraging signs, Pat, from from some of the scuffling Cubs at the plate. Alex Bregman, the 2-run home run last night's ball game. 2 hits today. Michael Busch, 3 hits yesterday. 2 more hits in this one.
Now the 0-1. Pulled on the ground to third. Glove by Hayes. Goes to second. 1 over to first. Double play. Ends the inning. 5-4-3 around the horn. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 4-4 game between the Cubs and the Reds on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody. Middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yuengling. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no 7th inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yuengling Traditional Lager, because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs Radio Network.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
A reminder that all opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Zach?
Matthew Boyd ready to go to work, Zach, here in the bottom of inning number 5. Ball game tied at 4. Sal Stewart, Spencer Steer, and J.J. Bleday coming up. In the warm sunshine, left-hander Matthew Boyd ready to go to work. First pitch on the way to Stewart. And it's taken for a strike, 0-1. Third and final and decisive game of the series here today. Reds took the opener 4-0. Cubs bounced back with a 5-3 win last night. And today, all even midway through in inning number 5.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Boyd ahead of Stewart, 0-2. Here's the veteran left-hander's pitch. Low and inside, almost hit Stewart in the back foot. Should be getting the attendance figure here shortly. And the next offering, fly ball to right toward the line. Long run, Suzuki still on the run. Can't get there. It's foul and bouncing up into the stands.
Cubs got some good news yesterday. Jamison Tyone had a rehab start, his second one. This time with Iowa as he works his way back from a hamstring strain. Greg Counsell saying before today's ballgame, no issues health-wise with Tyone. So he'll head back to Chicago, throw a little bit during the All-Star break, and then the Cubs will make a decision.
Here comes the 1-2 now to Sal Stewart. Wrapped on the ground to short. Swanson's got it. Makes the throw to first to get him, and that's out number 1. All game tied 4-4. Totals are identical. Each team with 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Each team has left 3 men on base. 1 away in the inning, and here's Spencer Steer.
Pat, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Here's the windup and the pitch to Steer. Chopper foul. Boyd making his 6th career start against these Reds. Trying to beat them for the 2nd time. He's lost to them 3 times. Change-up, beautiful pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2 on Steer. We're going to glance at a little baseball history as we move along. July 12 down through the years. Here's the pitch on the way. Just outside for a ball. 1-2. In the hot sunshine, Matthew Boyd coming back. Ground ball right side, glove by Bush. Boyd has to cover. He's a little bit late and just in time. Boyd a little late covering the bag. Bush led the veteran pitcher. And out is the call. Let's see if the Reds challenge that call. I don't think they will. Bang, bang play. It's always a little worrisome when you see a pitcher on a collision course with the runner potentially. And, you know, you like the pitcher to get over there a little bit in front of the base and then run up the line so that you're never going to collide with the batter runner.
Yeah, the problem there is Boyd has a left-hander on the follow-through. You end up going toward third, so then you have to reverse pivot. And Boyd is coming off knee surgery, minor knee surgery, but still knee surgery. And then you got to book a full sprint to first.
2 down, nobody on. Game tied at 4. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's J.J. Bleday. And he'll take outside, but this date in baseball history, Zach, brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The leg kick by the left-hander Boyd. The pitch outside for a ball. Sometimes there's a quote on my baseball history notes. This one's from Ted Williams. It's very direct and to the point. He said, hitting is 50% above the shoulders. Here's the 2-0. Outside for a ball. Cy Young won his 300th game on this date in 1901. But, Zach, he was just getting warmed up. He would go on to win 511.
Wow.
That's one of the unbreakable records in baseball. Perhaps one of the most unbreakable. Inside, did it hit him? Or is that ball 4? Ball 4 to Bleday. It's a 2-out walk. And the batter is Eugenio Suarez. I would say Johnny Vandermeer's back-to-back no-hitters might be the most unbreakable, because to break that, you'd have to pitch 3 consecutive no-hitters, and I just don't see that happen.
With you there. That is never going to happen.
But who's going to get close to 511 wins? Who's going to get close to 400 wins?
Well, we may not see another 300 winner ever again.
I agree. I totally agree. Connie Mack won over 3,700 games as a manager. That record is not going to fall anytime soon. Changeup is in there for a strike to Eugenio Suarez.
Well, unless the manager owns the team, then you kind of can finagle it a little bit.
And you could wear a 3-piece business suit while sitting in the dugout like Connie Mack did. Yes, that could happen. Doubtful. Now the 1-1 to Suarez. Swing and a miss. Good changeup by Boyd. Ron Santo is in the baseball history notes. On this date, Ronnie, playing for the National League All-Stars, drove in Willie Mays with the winning run as the Nationals beat the Americans 6-5 in the All-Star game at Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Boyd, 5 good innings. Let's see if he'll be on the mound in the 6th. Cubs need some runs. It's a tie ball game, tied at 4 after 5. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi Harrison Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Gear up for game day at Sports World. Jerseys, sweatshirts, hats, tees, and must-have souvenirs for all your favorite teams. Online at sportsworldchicago.com or in-store at Sports World, across from Wrigley Field at Clark and Addison. Look like a true fan. Shop Sports World.
Being pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was me. But my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician at Northwestern Memorial Hospital created the safest chemotherapy plan, so I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team collaborated to deliver a healthy baby and mother, performing a C-section then cancer removal the same day. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Benny's goes to the dogs. Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to area service dog charities. Here's toasting to man's best friend. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Hey, Cubs fans. Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We're famously friendly, nonstops out the wazoo, and so reliable. In fact, the Wall Street Journal ranked us #1, first among U.S. airlines. I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
Michael Bush is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
And a little gentle breeze just blew into the booth. What a welcome feeling that was. Michael Bush to lead off this 6th inning, tie game. And the first pitch to Michael fouled away. Chase Petty still doing the pitching for Cincinnati in his 2nd inning after Andrew Abbott, the starter, allowed all 4 Cub tallies. Bush, Horner, and Happ here in the 6th. 3rd and decisive game of the series. Petty coming back. Fouls it away, does Michael Bush. Bush with a pair of doubles, both against the left-hander Abbott, and both in almost the exact same spot. Line drives right down the right field line, and both only fair by about 10 feet. One of them drove in a run, and then Bush scored a run after his 2nd double in the 4th. He takes outside for a ball, 1-2.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Here comes the 1-2. Michael takes high for a ball. Bush trying to crank up a Cubs rally here in this 6th inning. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bush out on strikes. Petty gets his first strikeout. And the batter, Nico Horner.
Change up, top of the zone on the outside edge. Bush was all out of whack on that swing and miss.
Horner, nothing for 2. See if Nico can get on. He'll take a strike. If he could get on here, he might think about stealing a bag.
Nico now 0 for 9 in the series.
I just saw that, Zach. That's rough to not get a hit in this park in 3 games, although this one's not over yet. Nico hits a fly ball to right center, playable, shallow. Steer and Marte converge, and they run together. The ball is caught by the right fielder, Marte. As they did not communicate with each other properly, that should never be a case where the 2 bodies collide. Marte made the catch. 2 down. And here's Ian Happ. Happ batting left-handed. Here's a spot where you might as well try for a long ball. 2 down, bases empty. Happ batting left-handed for the first time today. Swings and drives it foul off to the left, out of play.
65 career games here in Cincinnati for Ian Happ. Entered play with a .293 batting average, 18 home runs here at Great American Ballpark, and 52 runs batted in.
Here's the 0-1. Ian takes a strike. As you mentioned, his home runs. I remember one, Zach, you probably do too. He almost hit one clear over the bleachers in straightaway right. I'd say 2-3 years ago, maybe. I think he had a 2-homer game that day, but I think that's the longest homer I've ever seen Ian Happ hit. And I've seen him hit almost every single one that he's ever hit as a big leaguer. There was a game here. The Cubs had 3 different men with multi-homer games. Jason Hayward was one. Ian Happ was one, and possibly Kyle Schwarber. That would have been about 9 years ago, 8-9 years ago. Here's the 0-2. Spins Happ away. And the count now is 2-2 on Ian. Here's the pitch on the way. Happ takes strike 3 call. Cubs do nothing. It's on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs 4, Reds 4. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Apply today at bradley.edu.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with employee pricing for everyone. Built with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. Right now, celebrate Independence Day with employee pricing for everyone on all GMC Sierra 1500 models. Visit your local GMC dealer and they will help you choose between the hardworking Sierra 1500 Pro, the well-equipped SLT, the off-road ready AT4, or the luxurious GMC Sierra Denali. Come explore the 2026 GMC Sierra lineup and take a test drive today. Experience engineering that fits your lifestyle. GMC, offering employee pricing for everyone at your local GMC dealer today. At participating dealers only. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/3/26.
Ready to buy your dream car? Look to Consumers Credit Union for competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
On Wednesday, July 22nd, the Cubs take on the Tigers at 7:05. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a 2016 World Series anniversary surprise pin presented by Marriott Bonvoy. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. And Pat, it's a final from Pittsburgh. The Pirates a 14-5 drubbing of the Brewers.
Milwaukee took a real licking in a couple of those games as the Pirates sweep that series. Meanwhile, Matthew Boyd still on the mound. Bottom of the 6th inning, game tied at 4. Matthew has allowed 5 hits. Tyler Stevenson leads things off and took a strike and now takes one low and away. 1-1. Boyd at 81 pitches for the day. Matthews pitch, fly ball left field, playable for Ian Happ. Almost in his tracks, makes the catch, 1 down.
And the first out is sponsored by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Boyd threw 93 pitches last time out in Baltimore. That 6 scoreless inning performance that resulted in a win.
Noelvi Marte, the batter. He has twice grounded out to third. And the pitch on the way to Noelvi. Bounce toward the middle, pass to diving Horner, base hit to center. It got by Matthew Boyd, and then Nico made a valiant backhanded diving effort behind second. Missed it by about a foot. It's a one-out single for Marte. Hard to tell if anybody is throwing in the Cub bullpen. It's out beyond the right field corner. Sometimes they have a little video access to it in our booth. I should know where that switch is, but I don't. Edwin Arroyo, the batter. Arroyo bounces one to third, slowly hit, fielded by Bregman. Go to second, there's one. Turned by Horner, the throw offline. Cubs get the lead runner on the 5-4 fielder's choice. Nico tried to hurry the throw and pulled Bush off the bag. Safe at first on the back end is Arroyo. But now there are two down.
Right-hander Gavin Hollowell has started warming up in the Cubs bullpen.
Now, Zach, how did you know that? Did you have special access?
Yes, there's a monitor right above our heads.
Here's the pitch in there for a strike to Brian Hayes.
That has a camera pointed at the Cubs bullpen. See it?
And do you have a switch where you can change channels on that?
Yes.
TV?
Mm-hmm. Is there something else you want to watch?
No, I want to watch that. And I've never figured out how to do it, but well, this park only opened back in 2003.
I mean, you have two choices. Channel 1 is the Reds bullpen. Channel 2 is the Cubs bullpen.
I should have learned that somewhere in the interim 23 years that I've been coming to this park. Should have. Here comes the 0-2. Pickoff throw to first is not in time. I don't like to take my eyes off the field, Zach.
That's why I'm here, to help you out.
So you said Gavin Hollowell is throwing in the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
4-4 game, bottom of the sixth, and the pitch on the way. Bounce to short. Swanson will shovel to second. There's the force. That's the inning. Okay, we go to the seventh inning. It's a 4-4 tie. This is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Molly and Hom, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
We're gearing up for another season, and you can too at Suits 2020 in Niles. More than just amazing suits, casual wear, sportswear, and more. Suits 2020, the latest fashions at the lowest prices. Hey, it's Pat Hughes here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems. And for many, the store brands don't get the job done. They leak. It's time to switch to North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers, so your loved ones can live with the freedom and dignity they deserve. North Shore will send out samples that stay dry 3 times longer than the store brands. That's North Shore Adult Diapers at northshore.com. And focus on life, not leaks.
Want to rethink what's possible? How about being an investor? Not just in your future, but in the future. Well, it all starts with Invesco QQQ. For more than 25 years, this single ETF has given investors a direct line to the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 leading innovators behind advances in personal tech, science, and robotics, just to name a few. And you can access it all with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Top 7 in Cincinnati, the finale of a 3-game set. Cubs 4, Reds 4. The 7th inning is sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. Dansby Swanson at the plate. Right-hander Chase Petty on the mound, working on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. And Swanson looks at a sweeper off the outside. 1-0. Andrew Abbott started for Cincinnati, went the first 4 innings, charged with 4 runs on 4 hits. And it started to rain here at Great American Ballpark. The pitch is in there for a strike, a hard slider that spins into the zone, 1-1. One of those pop-up showers that we've become so accustomed to seeing here in Cincinnati over the years. I'm going to try and play through it. Petty kicks and fires, and Swanson looks at a ball up high, a sweeper that missed. 2-1.
The odd thing, Zach, still some sunshine along with the rain shower.
Very odd. Petty works his motion, and here comes the 2-1. Swanson lines one to left field for a base hit. This will roll all the way to the wall. Swanson on his way to second base, gets there standing up.
Let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally. A good start. Two-bagger for Dansby. Sharp line drive between Blade and the left field line.
Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Kevin Alcantara was due up, but with the right-hander Petty on the mound, Craig Counsell sends the switch-hitting Pedro Ramirez to pinch hit. And that will lead to Terry Francona, the Reds manager, making the slow walk out to the mound. And it appears as though we're going to have a pitching change here in Cincinnati. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Cubs threatening tie ball game. 4-4 Cubs and Reds. No one out here in the top of the seventh. Swanson at second base. Ramirez due up. This is the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Nico Horner. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price as 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Because shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at JamesHardy.com.
We are coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. The new man on the mound for Cincinnati is left-hander Sam Moll, 34 years old, 1-6 in 43 appearances this season with a 3.76 ERA. Top 7, 4-4 game. Cubs threatening. Swanson at second base. Pedro Ramirez at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. A sinking fastball in the zone. 0-1 the count on Ramirez. The corner infielders are playing in for Cincinnati, thinking Ramirez is going to bunt. He's a switch hitter batting from the right side. Moll checks second. That's where Swanson is. The pitch. Ramirez shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball off the outside, 1-1. Swanson started off the frame with a double. No one out here in the seventh. 4-4 game. Moll, high leg kick and pinch. Ramirez misses with a bunt attempt. 1-2. Sinking fastball off the outside. Ramirez lunged at it, but could not make contact. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Ramirez fouls this one off the netting to the right. Count remains 1-2. The corner infielders drop back with 2 strikes. 4-4 game. Cubs and Reds, the finale of this 3-game set. It's the final game for the Cubs before the All-Star break. Swanson at second base. He represents the go-ahead run. A long set. Moll delivers. Called strike 3. Fastball That freezes Ramirez right down the middle at the bottom of the zone. One away. So here comes Pete Crow Armstrong. PCA is 0 for 9 in this series with 3 walks. The pitch. PCA drills one deep down the right field line, but hooking way foul out of play. It bounces off the facade of the upper deck. 0-1. One down here in the top of the 7th. 4-4 game. Swanson at second base. Mall checks second. Now he works his motion and deals. Low and outside to Crow Armstrong. A sweeper that misses. 1-1. Hayes, the third baseman, playing wide of the bag, but even with third. Mall sets bell tie. The kick and pitch. PCA taps it foul at the plate. 1-2. Crow Armstrong has been on a tear over his last 37 games. A .386 batting average, 15 home runs, 28 RBIs. Lefty-lefty matchup with Mall on the mound and Crow Armstrong at the plate. Swanson at second. Here's the 1-2. Low and outside. Another sweeper that missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cubs started this road trip taking 2 of 3 in Baltimore. They're looking to take 2 of 3 here in Cincinnati. Reds won the opener of the series Friday night. Cubs even up the series with a victory last night. 2-2 the count. PCA waits. Here's the pitch by Mall. Outside. Crow Armstrong has now worked a full count. Seiya Suzuki on deck. 1 down, top 7. Swanson at second base. Tie ball game. 4-4 Cubs and Reds. Mall sets bell tie. Checks second. He works his motion and deals. Crow Armstrong lines one. Past first into right field for a base hit. Swanson around third. Here comes the throw home. Not in time. Swanson slides in safely. RBI single. Pete Crow Armstrong. And the Cubs take the lead. 5-4 over the Reds here in the 7th. And the Cub fans here at Great American Ballpark chanting PCA, PCA. Hard hit ground ball that appeared to deflect off the glove of the first baseman, Sal Stewart, into right. And PCA gives the Cubs the lead. 5-4 Cubs here with 1 away in the 7th. Seiya Suzuki stands in with PCA at first. Sam Mall throws over to first, and Crow Armstrong gets back standing up. PCA has been the biggest storyline for the Cubs here in this first half with his offensive prowess. Here's the pitch. Inside to Suzuki, ball 1.
Now let's see if he tries to steal second base. I wouldn't be surprised. How about you?
He's always a threat to go. Crow Armstrong with 24 stolen bases this season. The pitch. High and outside for a ball. 2-0 now on Suzuki.
You always kind of hope that some of the attention for the pitcher is diverted. He's got to be thinking about Crow Armstrong at first, and he might make a mistake with the hitter.
Mall's ready. Here's the pitch. And Seiya taps it foul at the plate. 2-1. Suzuki is 0 for 3 today. He's been hot coming in. Hitting at .290 over his last 15 games with 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. 2-1 the count. 1 away. Top 7 Cubs with a 5-4 lead. Crow Armstrong at first. Seiya waits. Mall delivers. And an excuse me, check swing, ground ball up the middle, fielded by Arroyo. He tried to tag PCA, who slid underneath him, safe at second, and Suzuki is safe at first. Cubs catch a break.
Arroyo wanted to tag Pete and then throw to first. He was thinking double play, but as he reached for Pete, it was too late, and then he had no chance to get the batter either, and both men are safe. Attribute that plain and simple to the blazing speed of Pete Crow Armstrong.
How about that? And now Terry Francona will walk to the mound. And it looks like the Reds are going to make another pitching change as Francona asks for the baseball and gets it from Maul. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. And there, once again, another example of Pete Crow Armstrong impacting the game because of his speed. He does it at the plate. He does it on the bases. He does it in the outfield. Pitching change. Cubs up 5-4, one away. Men at first and second here in the top of the seventh. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Craig Counsell. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with employee pricing for everyone. Built with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. Right now, celebrate Independence Day with employee pricing for everyone on all GMC Sierra 1500 models. Visit your local GMC dealer and they will help you choose between the hardworking Sierra 1500 Pro, the well-equipped SLT, the off-road ready AT4, or the luxurious GMC Sierra Denali. Come explore the 2026 GMC Sierra lineup and take a test drive today. Experience engineering that fits your lifestyle. GMC, offering employee pricing for everyone at your local GMC dealer today. At participating dealers only. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/3/26.
Former Cub Pierce Johnson, the new man on the mound for Cincinnati. One away here in the top of the seventh. Cubs have taken the lead in this frame. Pete Crow Armstrong, an RBI single. He's now at second base. Seiya Suzuki at first. The batter, Alex Bregman. So a righty-righty matchup. Johnson sets chest tie, the kick and pitch, and Bregman fouls it back off the screen to the right, 0-1. Johnson now 35 years old in his first season with Cincinnati. Began his career back in 2017 with the Cubs. And he's bounced around San Francisco, San Diego, Colorado, Atlanta, and now Cincinnati. A long set. And here comes the 0-1. Bregman, it's a high fly ball deep left. Blade back at the track, near the wall, gone! 3-run home run, Alex Bregman. And the Cubs have broken it open. They're up 8-4 over the Reds here in the seventh. Bregman having another big game, his third hit today, his second home run of the series.
Cub fans going wild in back of that third base dugout. It's not over yet. Still some baseball to be played, but now a 4-run lead here in the seventh inning.
For Bregman, home run number 9 on the year, a 387-foot drive to left. Carson Kelly digs in. Just one away here in the seventh. Johnson delivers, and Kelly hits a bouncing ball to third, fielded by Hayes. They'll throw across in time to get Kelly 2 away. We mentioned this a little earlier, Pat. It's encouraging to see some of the slumping Cubs begin to break out. Bregman has done so over the last couple of games. So has Michael Busch, who will stand in. 3 hits last night. Busch with 2 more hits today, both of them doubles, including an RBI in the first.
Bregman, the game-winning homer last night, and now a big 3-run blow today.
Busch looks at a ball off the outside. A curve that missed, 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Johnson deals. Busch fouls it back off the screen, 1-1.
I still think the base running of Pete Crow Armstrong is a key part of this entire inning. Safe at second. The Reds got nobody.
And Bregman made them pay with the 3-run home run. A long set by Johnson. Now the 1-1. Called strike. Fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour from Johnson. Right at the bottom of the zone on the outside edge. 1-2. Bush 2 for 3 today with those 2 doubles. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Johnson. And now the pitch. In the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nico Horner on deck, 2 away. 2-2 the count on Bush. The pitch. Chopped up the middle, fielded left of second by De La Cruz. He rifles a throw to first in time to get Bush. That is out number 3, but a productive top of the 7th for the Cubs. They score 4 times to take an 8-4 lead. Time to stretch here in Cincinnati. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Whether it's your first time up at bat or advancing your career with graduate study, National Louis University offers career-focused business programs built for your future. NLU means business. Visit nlu.edu today.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
From the ballpark to the beach, Sea Glass wines are here to help you unwind. Sustainably crafted and refreshingly delicious, Sea Glass brings you the bright, crisp taste of California's Central Coast. No matter where the game takes you, whether you're meeting up before the game or kicking back after a well-earned win, Sea Glass is the perfect companion. So relax, refresh, and find your coastal state of mind with Sea Glass, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
A reminder that all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Cubs with an 8-4 lead over the Reds as we get set for the bottom half of the 7th inning here in Cincinnati. Alex Bregman with 3 hits today, including a 3-run home run in the 7th inning. Also had an RBI double in the 1st and a single in the 5th. Bregman having a big game following his go-ahead 2-run shot in last night's victory over Cincinnati. So Bregman with 3 hits, 4 runs batted in, including a 3-run shot this afternoon. Matthew Boyd remains in the game. He'll start the bottom of the 7th for the Cubs.
Bregman should get at least one more at-bat, Zach, and needs a triple to complete a cycle today. You don't see a lot of triples in this park. It's not big enough, but occasionally you do.
Crow Armstrong had a hit for the cycle earlier this season for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Ellie De La Cruz will lead things off here for Cincinnati in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
We saw an inside-the-park home run here by a Cub. I want to say it was Anthony Rizzo back around 2016 or 17. He lined one, and one of the outfielders dove for it, missed it. The ball rolled all the way out to the wall, and Anthony Rizzo happily galloped around the bases.
Boyd,
Anthony.
If you say it, it must be true. Boyd delivers and starts off De La Cruz with a curveball for a strike. 0-1. The next pitch is a check swing at a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says Roberto Ortiz at first. There's a changeup from Boyd. 1-1 the count on De La Cruz, who's 0 for 3 today. 8-4 Cubs. No one out here in the bottom of the seventh inning. The 1-1 by Boyd. Low and inside to De La Cruz. 2-1.
Impressive outing for Boyd, no matter how much farther he can go today. It is hot.
And the pitch. Called strike, changeup right in the zone. 2-2.
He's at 91 pitches now for the day, Zach.
Through 93 last time out in Baltimore. 6 scoreless innings in that victory over the Orioles. He's looked good since coming back from the knee, shoulder issues. The 2-2. Called strike 3. A slider that spun into the zone. De La Cruz knew it. He started walking back to the Reds dugout along the first base line before home plate umpire Alex McCain made the call. 1 down here in the bottom of the seventh inning. The first down is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. And that'll be all for Boyd. Craig Counsell heads to the mound, claps his hands as he asks for the baseball from Boyd. Happy with the veteran left-hander's performance. The Cubs are making a pitching change. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And you can hear the Cubs fans here at Great American Ballpark saluting Boyd as he heads back to the dugout. Right-hander Gavin Hollowell will take over. Let's take a break. 1 down, bottom 7, Cubs up 8-4 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I on a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
So right-hander Gavin Hollowell takes over for the Cubs. We are in the bottom of the seventh inning. It's an 8-4 lead. Cubs on top of the Reds. Hollowell takes over for the left-hander, Matthew Boyd. The batter, Sal Stewart. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. An awkward check swing at a sinking fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour, 0-1. Hollowell kicks and fires. Stewart bounces one softly left side, charging. Bregman fielding, belt high, running throw to first in time to get Stewart 2 away. Terrific outing by Boyd here this afternoon, especially considering the humidity here in Cincinnati. Went 6 1/3, 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, but he gave the Cubs length for that beleaguered bullpen. Spencer Steer now stands in, 2 away, bottom 7, Cubs up 8-4. Hollowell works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Called strike. Sinking fastball from Hollowell.
Pretty good week for Matthew Boyd. Think about last Tuesday night in Baltimore. 6 innings. Give up no runs in the Cubs win.
Steer pops it foul out of play off to the right, 0-2.
And now under very difficult hitting conditions here today, he goes into the 7th inning. So excellent week for Matthew Boyd.
Righty-righty matchup with Hollowell on the hill and Steer at the plate. 0-2 the count. And the pitch. Outside. Missed with a fastball. 97 miles per hour from Hollowell. Steers 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Second deck. 1-2 the count. Hollowell on the year has a 3.24 ERA in 8 appearances for the Cubs. 28-year-old right-hander. The pitch inside. Misses with a breaking ball. 2-2. Cubs scoring 4 times in the top half of this 7th inning to take the lead. The 2-2. That is inside pitch that just nubs the bat for a foul ball. Steer was trying to spin out of the way from that inside sweeper. So 2-2 the count. Hollowell peers in, gets the sign from Kelly, straightens up, and delivers. And a looper in a right center field. This will drop in for a base hit. Ball fielded on one hop by Pete Crow Armstrong. Throws across the body to get it back into the infield. And holds Steer to a single that comes with 2 away here in the last of the 7th. Now the Reds cleanup man, J.J. Bleday, will dig in. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a walk. He's got 2 home runs in this series. Powerful left-handed batter. Hollowell delivers and starts off Bleday with a breaking ball for a strike right along the outside edge. Hollowell takes a peek at first. That's where Steer is. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. And Bleday out in front. Count is 0-2. Cubs have vacated the third base position with their defensive alignment. Bregman playing where shortstop normally would. Swanson up the middle to the left of second. And the pitch is low. Check swing. Did he go? No swing on appeal, says Dan Merzel at third. 1-2 now on Bleday. Steer at first being held on by Bush. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. As Hollowell fools Bleday with a changeup. And that ends the 7th inning. Steer stranded at first. 8-4 Cubs as we head to the 8th on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jameson Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Organ failure takes more than strength to overcome. It takes expertise. Loyola Medicine's transplant program is among the most experienced in Illinois, with innovative approaches like gene expression profiling and robotic-assisted surgery. When the odds are long, we bring precision, compassion, and hope. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Hey, Chicago, if your commercial business needs a new roof or you have persistent leaks, call a local 11 roofing and waterproofing contractor whose service technicians have all gone through a 5-year apprenticeship training program. Knock the ball out of the park. Visit us at chicago-roofingcontractors.org.
Benny's goes to the dogs. Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to area service dog charities. Here's toasting to man's best friend. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Summer's the time for making memories, not appointments. That's why there's Great Clips. You can use convenient online check-in to get in for a great haircut for less whenever you have time. Plus, their skilled salon stylists save your haircut details in clip notes, so you can get the same cut next time, no matter who you see. So what are you waiting for? Get in, get out, and get back to enjoying summer with time-saving haircuts at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. To ensure that your business goals get across home plate, consider relocating to the Village of Bedford Park. Learn more at villageofbedfordpark.com.
The eighth inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today. Rhett Lauder on the mound, and the first pitch to Nico Horner is bounced foul off to the left. 0-1 the count. Lauder takes over for Pierce Johnson. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Cubs have an 8-4 lead over the Reds here in the top of the eighth. The pitch. Nico hits a ground ball deep in the hole at short, fielded by De La Cruz. Across the body throw in time to get Horner one away.
De La Cruz almost casual appearing as he made that flip sidearm throw in the hole at short. It's so easy to make a bad throw on that play. You're running one way and throwing the other, but his throw right on the money.
So one away here in the top of the eighth. 8-4 Cubs. Ian Happ will dig in, 0 for 2 with a walk. Lauder delivers and starts off Happ with a slider that spins into the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Nico now 0 for 11 in the series.
The pitch. Happ takes a ball low. 1-1 the count. That was a changeup that missed. Lauder, the right-hander, faces home plate. Happ switch hitter batting from the left side. Here's the 1-1. Happ fouls it back off the screen. Get your station identification as time permits. A reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Biddy's Beverage Depot coming up in the ninth inning. Lots of candidates today. Cubs up 8-4. Here's the 1-2. Happ swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a changeup. 2 down. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the score middays with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Alongside Pat Hughes, Zach Zaidman with you. 2 away, top of the eighth here in Cincinnati. Cubs up 8-4. Dansby Swanson at the plate and looks at a ball high from Rhett Lauder. The count is 1-0. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Biddy's Beverage Depot attendance game. Lauder deals. Inside. Backing Swanson off the plate with a changeup. That almost hit him. 2-0. So the actual attendance here at Great American Ballpark on this Sunday, 29,200. And Pat, you were a little closer than me today. So congratulations on your big win heading into the All-Star break. The 2-0. Swanson swings and misses at a slider. 2-1.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I knew you'd have a speech ready.
Yeah.
You had a guess of 30,003. Lauder works his motion. Here's the 2-1. Swanson swings and misses again at a slider. That was low and outside. 2-2. Swanson doubled to get the rally started in the seventh. The pitch. He pokes one, a little looping line drive caught by Stewart wide of first for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the top of the eighth. Middle 8, Cubs 8, Reds 4 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Heard in a crash? Someone else's fault? Call D&W, Chicago's injury law group. They'll fight to make it right. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal. We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom? Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Or get up to $3,000 total savings on the Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Offer ends August 3rd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
The time to refresh your interior space is now. FinishingChicago.com has the industry experts in glass systems, drywall finishing, wall covering, commercial painting, and signage. Whether it's a hotel lobby or a corporate workspace, First impressions matter. Now more than ever, people expect spaces that feel refreshing, thoughtful, and aligned with how they live and work. Make the most of your space by utilizing Finishing Chicago contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
Welcome to Old National Bank. Is that a suit of bubble wrap?
Hi. Yeah, I'm all about protecting myself and my finances. I understand Old National takes protection seriously.
You bet. We protect you with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed.
So bubble wrap, huh?
Yeah, came with my couch.
Financial protection for today and tomorrow. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old. Member FDIC.
Bottom of the eighth inning in Cincinnati. Cubs with an 8-4 lead over the Reds. It's the finale of this three-game set. Gavin Hollowell on the mound. Eugenio Suarez at the plate. Righty-righty matchup, and the first pitch is a sinking fastball for a strike. 0-1. Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The next pitch is a breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike. Suarez in the hole, 0-2. Pirates crush the Brewers 14-5. Henry Davis and Marcelo Ozuna both going deep as Suarez swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 3. One away, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So if the Cubs can hold on and beat the Reds here today, they'll head into the All-Star break 5 games back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central, which would be something considering all the injuries the Cubs have had to navigate during this first half. Tyler Stevenson at the plate, and he looks at a ball high and outside.
And they're trending well, too, playing well leading into the break, especially if they can hang on to this lead today. And Milwaukee trending in the opposite direction.
Here's the 1-0. That's in there for strike. Sweeper in the zone.
I was thinking, can you remember a series, especially a division battle involving Milwaukee, where they got crushed? I mean, they got blown out by the Pirates in 2 of the 3 games this weekend. Not even close.
Stevenson looks at a sinking fastball for a strike. The count is 1-2. Yeah, you're right.
And they've won 3 straight division titles, Zach. Milwaukee just does not experience that kind of dismal series very often.
Now the Brewers dealing with some injury issues to that talented rotation. Here's the 1-2 by Hollowell. High and outside to Stevenson. Count 2-2. Jacob Mizorowski was scratched. He was supposed to start today.
Yeah.
They call it arm fatigue, right? And Kyle Harrison, a left-hander, placed on the injured list this weekend. The pitch. That one apparently missed. Close pitch, a sinker from Hollowell. It was just low on the outer half. 3-2 the count. Brandon Woodruff has been dealing with injuries on and off. The payoff pitch, slow-moving tapper back to the mound, fielded by Hollowell. He comes it to first in time to get Stevenson. 2 away.
Harrison, I'm trying to find my notes regarding his malady. I believe it said forearm issues. And historically, Zach, and I've been around the game a long time, many times when teams and medical people say it's a forearm issue, that is right close to the elbow. And it's in actuality, it's an elbow issue, and they say it's a forearm issue. I'm not saying that's the case on this particular time, but it might be.
Noel V. Marte looks at a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs leading the Reds 8-4. Hollowell kicks and fires. Marte swings and misses at a sweeper. 0-2. Middle 6 in St. Louis, Pat. The Braves are leading the Cardinals 3-1. Drake Baldwin with an RBI single for Atlanta. Cubs scoring 4 times in the 7th inning to take the lead. Hollowell delivers. And that one just missed, apparently, but Carson Kelly's going to challenge this.
The catcher is challenging.
And this ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Taking a look at the replay. It's a strike.
The ball's overturned.
Right at the bottom of the zone on the outer half. Strike 3. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Reds go down in order in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Cubs on top here in Cincinnati, 8-4 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
How many people can say they've had a section of their spine removed? I can. I'm Jeff, and when my team at Northwestern Memorial Hospital found a rare tumor on my spine, my neuro-oncologist and neurosurgeon came up with a plan, resulting in a 14-hour surgery.
Nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Jeff's team treated his 1 in a million condition. They removed the tumor and vertebrae in one piece, then rebuilt his spine with a metal frame. Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week, plus live radio broadcasts of every game. Game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Pat?
Cubs on top 8-4, Zach. As we start the 9th inning, Pedro Ramirez leads it off. Pedro did not start the game. It's his second plate appearance. He struck out back in the 7th. Rhett Lauder still pitching for Cincinnati. Long hair flowing out the back of his Reds hat. And this pitch low and inside, 3-0 on Pedro Ramirez. Cubs trying to bounce back after losing the opener on Friday night 4-0. Cubs prevailing last night by a score of 5-3. And leading today 8-4 in the 9th. Here comes the 3-1 to Ramirez. It's going to be ball 4. Cubs have a man on. This is one of those parks where you want to just keep adding on. Even though a 4-run lead in most parks would be very secure, not so much in this park. You've seen too many big innings. So let's see if the Cubs can get another run or two in the 9th as Pete Crow Armstrong steps in. Pete with a single back in the 7th inning. Takes outside for a ball. Pete headed to Philadelphia for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, his second in a row. He looks at a ball down low, and it's 2-0. Now, he's just walked a man. He's 2-0 on Pete. I say he gets something to hammer right here.
Hard to argue with you, Pat. Let's see what happens.
And the 2-0. Nope, way inside. Not even close. So Lauder is having a hard time with his command. He's wobbly.
Crow Armstrong his last time up. At his first hit of the series, it was a big one, a ribby single to break a 4-all tie, give the Cubs the lead.
And the next offering, high and outside, he walked him. Back-to-back walks to start the 9th inning. Lauder doing the Cubs a favor. Seiya Suzuki due up.
And Derek Johnson, the pitching coach, will head out to the mound to talk to Lauder. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines.
Suzuki ready to step in. Seiya with one hit so far today. He's hit the ball hard, though, a couple of times. Now the home plate umpire, Alex McKay, out to break up the conference.
A reminder to stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs radio network, featuring Mike Esposito this weekend.
I think that was Matt Tracy, the assistant pitching coach, out to the mound. As Suzuki steps in. 2 men on, nobody out. 9th inning, Cubs on top, 8-4. Seiya takes a strike. Plenty of Cub fans in the seats down by the Cubs third base dugout. They've had a very enjoyable day. So Alex Bregman belt a 3-run homer. Here's a high fly ball to left, playable for Blade, running in now to make the catch. And Suzuki is out number 1. Cubs lead 8-4 here in the 9th, and the batter is Alex Bregman.
The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Alex Bregman having a big game today, Pat.
3-run homer in the 7th. He also had a double and drove in a run in the 1st. And he'll look at a strike here. Bregman's home run last night, a game winner. His homer today gave the Cubs some insurance. Outside, it's now 1-1 on Alex. It's been fun to watch him play defense at third base this first half of the year. Very accomplished defender. Bregman looking at a strike, and now the count 1-2.
And if he can get the bat going to be the kind of Alex Bregman that he's been throughout the course of his career, could be a very fun second half for the Cubs.
Now the 1-2 lifted to right. It's playable for Marte. No LV will make the catch. And that's out number 2. Now with a name like No LV, wouldn't you think there would not be an L or a V in his name? Because in the name it says No LV. And there they are, plain as day. It's a little misleading to me, Zach. 2 outs, 2 on. Kelly the batter. Carson 0 for 3 with a walk. Rhett Lauder's pitch taken high for ball 1. 1-0. Do you have any major plans for the All-Star break? I think you mentioned you might see some fans.
Yeah, and get a lot of rest.
Yes. The next offering taken down low for a ball, and the count 2-0 on Carson.
And I'm excited. I always like watching the home run derby. Kyle Schwarber is going to be participating. Bryce Harper.
And the next offering, it's in there for a call strike. All-Star game at Philadelphia on Tuesday night. 2 on, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Line towards center, coming in and making a sliding catch is Steer, and that ends the inning. So Kelly gets robbed. Good play by Steer. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs trying to hang on and win the series. It's 8-4 Cubs on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Hey, Chicagoland, the best way is right off the expressway at Toyota on Edens. Visit one of Chicagoland's fastest-growing Toyota dealers to score big savings. See the new Toyota on Edens or ToyotaOnEdens.com.
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers and light beer? That's Flight by Yuengling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency. Other beers, padding stats with extra carbs and no flavor. Care about your beer stats? The choice is obvious. Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Man, with these Bosch lasers, I can knock out the job.
You tell him, champ.
Who are you?
I'm your inner Bosch.
my inner Bosh, baby. I'm that feeling you get when you got a job on the ropes. Like a window install? One you're about to knock out with Bosch lasers. Oh, more like KO. Am I right? Was that a punchline? Sure was, Laser Man.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Matt?
The moment of truth has arrived in this ballgame. Bottom of the ninth inning. Cubs 8, Reds 4. Cubs trying to win the series and trying to get 12 games above 500 at the All-Star break. And trying to pick up a game on Milwaukee, who lost earlier today to the Pirates. Have started the day 6 games behind the Brewers. Curveball is in for a strike from Caleb Thielbar, working on Edwin Arroyo. Arroyo nothing for 3. The pitch bounced to third, foul. And now it's 0-2, Zach.
Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Thielbar, the veteran left-hander, ready for the 0-2, instead pauses. Brian Hayes is on deck. Here's a pitch low and outside for a ball. Ellie De La Cruz scheduled to bat third. Cubs 8 runs, 9 hits. Reds 4 runs, 7 hits. Reds haven't scored since the third inning. Excellent start by Matthew Boyd, and the bullpen has not allowed a single thing. Here comes the 2-2 from Thielbar to Arroyo. Fastball high. Full count.
The tough play of the game is sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. Give it to Dansby Swanson for that leaping backhanded snag.
Deep fly ball to left. All the way back is Happ, and that ball is off the top of the wall. Happ fires to second, and a long, loud single off the bat of Edwin Arroyo. He just missed a home run. Happ played the ball very skillfully off the wall, and it's a leadoff base hit.
Beautiful job by Happ to play a hop off the wall with the bare hand and immediately fire it back into the infield to hold Arroyo to a single off the wall.
Brian Hayes, the batter. Yvonne Johnson instead will be a pinch batter. Swinging a foul back toward our booth. Grab it, Zach.
Sorry, I was under the table, Pat. It was too close.
Johnson, a right-handed batter, pinch hitting for Brian Hayes. Now the left-hander Thielbar ready in the pitch. Fastball is down low. You get that spelling, I-V-A-N. It could be either Yvonne or Ivan. I think you're leaning toward the latter, aren't you, Zach?
Yeah, I'm going Ivan.
Whoa! And the bat goes flying on a swing and a miss. That bat sailed about 120 feet, way beyond the end of the Cubs' third base dugout, and it hit off the screen, protecting some of the fans down there from foul balls or flying bats. Nobody got hurt. That's good.
That was an Olympic type of bat toss by Ivan Johnson. Wow.
So you've adopted the Ivan instead of Yvonne?
Yeah, I'm going Ivan. He looks like an Ivan.
The ball and 2 strikes on Johnson. And the next pitch. Fly ball to center. Pete Armstrong right there. He's going to snatch that one. Out number 1. Johnson is gone. Ellie De La Cruz coming up. Cubs lead 8-4, bottom of the 9th with 1 down and a man at first. Time to name the toast of the game, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Zach, I think this is your assignment today. For the toast of the game, certainly some candidates. Here's a fastball strike to De La Cruz.
Kevin Alcantara had a 2-run single. Matthew Boyd went 6 innings today. Michael Busch with a couple of doubles and a run batted in. But I'm going with Alex Bregman.
Ground ball, left field, base hit. A single for De La Cruz. This game is not over yet. The Reds now have 2 men on with 1 away. The Cub lead is 4. And Craig Counsell is going to go to the mound. Sal Stewart due up, so the Reds are getting into the middle of their order. And Counsell wants to bring in a right-hander in this spot. Pitching changes for the Cubs. Those are worth noting because they are brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs trying to hang on, leading 8-4 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Carson Kelly. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Want to rethink what's possible? How about being an investor? Not just in your future, but in the future. Well, it all starts with Invesco QQQ. For more than 25 years, this single ETF has given investors a direct line to the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 leading innovators behind advances in personal tech, science, and robotics, just to name a few. And you can access it all with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs' risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 Index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
The toast of the game is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs, and the toast of the game goes to Alex Bregman. 3 hits today, 4 runs batted in, including a 3-run home run in a 4-run 7th inning for the Cubs. Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Jacob Webb will try to save this ball game. The Cub lead is 8-4, and it is a save situation. Sal Stewart at the plate, right-handed batter, men at first and second, 1 away, bottom of inning number 9. Each team with 9 hits. Stewart 1 for 3 with a double and a hit by pitch. And he'll take a fastball strike, 0-1. And the batter wants to challenge that call. Stewart thought it was outside. It was close. Watching it again. And it was a strike.
The goal is confirmed. Cincinnati has exhausted their allotment of challenges.
That's the voice of Alex McKay, home plate umpire. He's done a good job today.
And that ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
2 on with 1 down. Stewart takes a ball outside, 1-1. Pete Armstrong shading the right-handed batter slightly toward right center. Arroyo leads at second. De La Cruz at first. Webb fires. This ball is bounced slowly to a charging Bregman. He will try to tag the runner and miss, and then throws to first to get the batter, Stewart. Bregman tried to tag the runner going into third. That's Arroyo, but the third base umpire, Merzel, I think, gave the safe sign. And Craig Counsell says, wait a minute, we're going to challenge that. We think that Bregman touched the runner going from second to third. Very unusual play, Zach.
Hard to tell from the replay that we just saw.
Now the umpires are going to confer with Craig Counsell, and Craig wants to challenge that call. Maybe they just wanted an exact. There it is. They wanted an exact clarification of exactly what you were challenging.
It's going to be a crew chief review.
We're watching Bregman grab the grounder.
And from the...
Not even close.
Yeah, the replay that we saw, Arroyo is nowhere in the vicinity, but I'm wondering if they're going to say that Arroyo ran outside of the baseline to avoid a potential tag by Bregman.
You get about 3 feet. Once you establish whatever your baseline is, you get 3 feet from that point. And that, you're right, Zach, that would be the only thing to be questioning. I don't think he went out of the line.
After review, the call is confirmed. The runner is safe.
Yep. There are 2 outs, though, because Bregman able to throw to first to retire Stewart. Spencer Steer is due up. Runners at second and third, and the Cub lead is 8-4. The Reds down to their last out. Webb trying to nail it down. Steer the batter. Steer 2 hits in 4 at-bats. Webb's pitch, fastball high, 1-0. Cubs took 2 out of 3 in Baltimore, trying to take 2 out of 3 in Cincinnati and wrap up a very successful 4-2 trip. Here's the 1-0. Fastball strike, 1-1. Cubs trying to get to 12 games above 500. Now the 1-1. Steer takes low one away. Webb kind of smoothing out the landing area in front of the rubber. Late in the game, sometimes all of that landing and pitching and landing and pitching, little holes start to get dug. Now the 2-1 to Steer. Bounce foul. The Reds are down to their last strike. What do you like, Zach?
I think I'm going fastball here. That's been the pitch that has worked for Jacob Webb the most.
You want it elevated slightly?
Always.
You can hear the Cub fans here in Cincinnati. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball just inside. Didn't miss by much. Thousands of Cub fans wearing Cubby blue and shirts and shorts and hats. Many of them behind the third base Cubs dugout. Now the 3-2. Fly ball to left field. It is playable for Ian Happ. Cubs win the ball game. Happ made the catch on the edge of the warning track near the left field corner. The Cubs winning today's ball game by a score of 8-4, and they wrap up a very impressive 4-2 road trip through Baltimore and Cincinnati.
And the Cubs head to the All-Star break 12 games above 500, Pat. They've got a record of 54-42, and when you consider